What is up, everybody? How's it going? Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Again, sorry about the lighting situation. It is what it is. I am doing the best of what I have. But I wanted to share my top 10 games of all time, and in my opinion, of course, and discuss why I like them and why they're on my top 10. And I had this video idea for a long time just to share my favorite games and just to talk about them. So at my number 10 spot is SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 3. And I love this game because I got this game back in 2010. And my friend was actually playing this at the time on his PSP. We were PSP bros back in the day. And this was in like 2009, 2010. But he had the game and played it before me. And he was like, hey, I recommend this game. So I randomly went to a Best Buy that day and found the game, picked it up, and he was like, "Get online now." And I'm like, "Okay." Best decision of my life because I had a lot of fun online. SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 3 was more about the online rather than the story. Even though the story and the gameplay for the story was really good, it was more about the online because there was a lot of cool maps and a lot of cool modes. One of them being Snipe No Cross, which basically means you can only use snipers and you cannot cross a boundary in the middle of the map. If you do, you lose. So you basically have to snipe each other across the map and try to win. If someone sneaks out, you shoot them. That's how it works. And over time, near the end of the life cycle of SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 3, I started to cheat. Yes, I was a cheater back in the day. I used the grenade launcher. I forgot what it was called. It was like GL100 or something like that. Can't remember the guns off the top of my head, but I used that, got my account banned a few times, so I kept on creating new accounts, I think around 4 or 5 or something like that. But it was fun. It was just me having fun. I know I was cheating a little bit, but the servers are offline now, so there's no really harm in playing online nowadays, and not really much remorse because I was a kid just having fun. But otherwise, we had a lot of fun in that game, and that's why it's on my number 10 spot because I just had so much fun. Just with this game and with my friend, just having a bunch of good memories. So that's why it's on my number 10. On my number 9 spot is Watch Dogs 2. Now, I saw one of my favorite streamers playing this, and that was Willie B, I believe, at the time. And it was so fun watching him play this game because it inspired me. I'm like, oh, takes place in San Francisco. I can hack. I can do whatever I want. It's a great free roam game. I can go on top of the Golden Gate Bridge. I can go to Alcatraz. I can just explore all of San Francisco if I want to. I can even go inside the San Francisco Giants Stadium if I want to. So there's a lot of stuff to do in that game, and that's why I loved it. Just because it was so good in terms of the free roam aspect and what you could do. You can even have gang war fight against the cops and just watch that play out. There's a lot of things that you just had a lot of free will to do in that game, and that's why I loved it. I was like, oh, this is so cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get the platinum yet. I still have a lot more trophies. I think I'm 80% of the way through on my platinum trophy list, but I don't think I'll get this one. There's a lot of grinding to do, especially online, because no one really plays online anymore. But that's kind of why Watch Dogs 2 is at my number 9 spot. And number 8 would have to be Overwatch. This was a game I was really into, and kind of still am, but I was more interested in 2016 when they announced this. And it wasn't from the gameplay. It wasn't even from the heroes or any of the abilities they showed off. You know what got me into Overwatch? It was the font of the game. Yes, you heard that right. The font. I love this font because it was really it had like a slanted view, and plus it was nice and colored and everything like that, but it was really really cool to play this game. Now, over time I got to love the game in terms of the abilities, the heroes, the gameplay. Sure, but I was originally brought in from the font. But over the years, it was so cool seeing the dynamic and nationalities of every hero because you got Brazilian to Indian to Canadian to European to Japanese, all over. And it's so fun just to see all these nationalities within the voice actors get together and just have fun because it's all about the war in the game, right? You're fighting just on an Overwatch team. And so it was just cool and see the evolution of it. And I have a lot of hours into the game because it was just a fun job earning all the skins, especially during all the special events like Lego Bastion, Anna Bastet, Mercy. You got all the different skins and events over the years they had, especially during the summer events and the Blackwatch events. That was so cool. But that's why it's number 8 because I had so many hours with this game. And so let's go on to my number 7 spot. And that would have to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And no, I am not talking about the latest one. I am talking about the 2009 version. And I absolutely love this game. I was drawn into it when they first had the trailer because they showed off the song from Eminem in the trailer. I believe it was Seven Nation Army. And it was so, so cool to see this song in the trailer, and it worked out so well. It was like boom, boom, pew, boom, boom, pew. And then it was just so cool just to see that. But overall, I just loved it because, especially, it was very controversial back in the day with the No Russian mission. And it was just a really, really well done game. And it is my favorite Call of Duty game to this date. I love it. I even platinumed the story mode on the PlayStation 4 and loved it so much I even platinumed it there. It's such a great game, and just between the all the missions, the snow mission, you also got the Cairo mission, and you got a lot of different stuff that just have so much fun in the game. I was like just blown away of how fun it is. Now, I'm not talking about the newest version. I'm talking about 2009. Remember, the older version. And so that's why it's at number 7 spot because I just loved it so much. And then on my number 6 spot is Uncharted 3. Yes, I love Uncharted 3. I did like Uncharted 2, but that's everyone's favorite in terms of the best Uncharted game. That is not mine. I personally like Uncharted 3 more, just because there are so many great missions in that game, especially the boat junkyard mission. That was really cool. They had really great sets. I really love the dynamic they showed between Drake and Sully and the background behind them. So overall, it was just a tremendous game because it brought a lot to Uncharted and this showing like the background of it all, but also showing like great atmospheres and great set pieces, great combat and everything like that. So that's why it's in my number 6 spot, and my favorite Uncharted game overall. Mostly, it's just the atmosphere overall that it brings in the game, and it's so fun exploring everything and stuff like that. So, Uncharted 3 has to be on my favorite Uncharted game and why it takes that spot. And the one above that I really like at number 5 is God of War Ragnarok. I love God of War Ragnarok. It was one of my favorite games, and it takes the number 5 spot here. And I absolutely love this game because it built on God of War 4, and it was like the next game in the list. But not only did it take a lot of stuff from God of War 4 and built upon that, but also had a lot of callbacks from the old not Call of Duty, the God of War games. And it was so impressive of all the things they called back on, especially the PSP games like Calliope and Deimos. It blew me away. The combat was amazing. The set pieces are amazing. Everything about it was just absolutely beautiful. And it has to be at this spot because I just absolutely love this game. In terms of like what PlayStation brought to the table in terms of that game. And so that's why I loved it, and it's at that spot. And the next one above that is actually another God of War game, Ghost of Sparta. And this was on the PSP, and I loved it. Because back in the day, now the graphics are a little outdated, sure, and it's kind of an old game, but it still has a lot to offer. And what was impressive is that, sure, we got to meet Deimos and see him, and it was cool to see the background of him and Kratos. It was cool to defeat Thanatos, a little spoiler there. But it was also really cool, the volcano mission, that was really cool, and that you get to see like actual lava pouring through. You get to see, I'm blanking on the name, but he turns basically everything into gold. And that was really, really fun meeting him. And there's a lot of good action pieces, especially when you get to the ice mission. There's a lot of good action in there, and it definitely is one of my favorite PSP game of all time. No doubt, and that's why it's at my number 4 spot above Ragnarok, because I just enjoyed it, especially when I was a kid and played on the PSP a lot. That was my absolutely favorite game to play over and over and over again, just because it was so fun, especially when you got the blades of Thera and took her power. It was absolutely amazing. You dominated. It was so cool just to have that, and that's why I love Ghost of Sparta. And above that on number 3 is Grand Theft Auto 5. I love this game. Unfortunately, I didn't have an Xbox 360 or PS3 at the time when it released in 2013. I got it much later, but I was still loving this game when I first saw it, because I'm like, no way. This is a truly good open world. Not the best open world, which I'll explain later, but it had a lot to offer because the story was amazing, the combat was amazing. You can literally do whatever you want in the world of Grand Theft Auto 5. You can go to the top of Mount Chiliad. You can explore the deep oceans. You can go race a plane at the airport. You can drive around the tunnels. You can race a train. Stuff like that. So you can literally do whatever you want, and that's what I loved about it. The graphics were also an improvement over GTA 4, and they've been getting better once they got to the PS4 and to the PS5. But it's so cool just to see this game, because it honestly is one of my favorite games just in terms of open world. Also, once they added online, there's a lot of stuff to do in online, especially with all the updates they've been rolling out over the years. It's so cool that you can go inside the nightclub, you can own a motorcycle club and be like a gangster in that way. You can go inside the casino. You can go inside a bunker. There's so many things that you can do and explore online, and I had a lot of fun with all the races and stuff like that over the years. And so that's why I love GTA 5, because it had so much to offer in terms of what you're getting in terms of a game. And so that's why it's at my number 3 spot. And at number 2 is Minecraft. And this is the best open world game I have ever played in my whole entire life, because I saw this game in 2009 and I was like, whoa, this game is actually amazing. Because I had and played Minecraft Classic on their Minecraft website back in the day. And I loved it because you can create your own like mini world and do whatever you want without actually owning the game. Unfortunately, it fried my laptop because I kept on my laptop on for several days, maybe even over a week. Because I didn't want that world to get deleted. I did a lot of stuff by creating a cave, a house, whatever you want. And it was so fun just to build inside that mini world. But it was also fun to play on the servers as well. I remember they had a giant life-size Statue of Liberty that took like 7 minutes to get up to the top. And it was so fun to explore on that. And it was just so fun of Minecraft in general, because once I got the actual game, I'm like, this is a really cool game. I can go inside the nether. I can go dig down into the mines and try to find diamonds. I can build my own mansion if I want to, a trap spawner. I can literally do whatever I want, because it was the first game that taught me that it didn't have an objective. It didn't tell you where to go, what to do. It didn't have an analog saying you have to go on this path, that path. And it was just so fun. Sorry, a motorcycle just passed by. But it was just so fun exploring, because it's based on your creativity. If you're a creative person, you can have infinite amount of fun on that game, because every world is different, every experience is different, especially when you're playing on friends. I even played with the creator Notch and his daughter, and it was so fun just having those experiences. And that's why it's at my number 2 spot, because I'm like, it's an absolutely amazing game. Now, it's not my favorite game overall, and my number 1 spot is definitely has to be The Last of Us. And The Last of Us was really exciting, because it had not only a great story and great combat, but the reason why I love The Last of Us is because of the environments. I love the environments in The Last of Us, also in The Last of Us Part 2. They have such detailed environments where nature literally takes over on anything, because humans are not really there anymore. And so you have overgrowth on buildings, cars. It shows like just the decrepit nature of what humans built overall, and is what's left. And so it's kind of just cool seeing this game, because it has a lot to bring. And plus the story is amazing. I loved Ellie. And she's absolutely an amazing character. Joel trying to protect her and that daughter father relationship. I'm not going to spoil much about this because I really want people to play it. But there's so much to offer in terms of like emotions and the rage. And there's so much in that game to unpack when you play it. And because it's not zombies who are the true enemy, it's actually humans. And so, especially if you played on grounded mode, it's kind of crazy like how hard this game is, and it's so cool. Just my number one spot in terms of The Last of Us, just because there's a lot to bring. And if you haven't played The Last of Us, I seriously recommend it because it's at my number one spot, and it's just absolutely amazing. Now, that includes my top 10 games, everything from Watch Dogs to God of War to Minecraft. It's been incredible experiences over the years just playing these games and having fun. Now, again, this is my top 10. I didn't choose every game like every other gamer would. Again, everyone's experience is different. These are just my top 10. Now, people are going to like, oh, why don't you like The Legend of Zelda? Or why not Halo? Or why not Mario? Or any of these other franchises? As you can tell, most of these are from PlayStation. Most of these. There are some outliers, but it's so cool that I got to experience all these games. And this PlayStation holds a special heart to my hand because they had a lot of experiences that I never got to play. Or, sorry, I did get to play, and I didn't really get to play much else. But people might be like, oh, why wasn't this on the list? Now, the thing is, there are other games that I loved. And I'm not saying they're bad games at all. I'm just saying they just didn't, they weren't the best I ever played. They are great games, sure, but they just didn't resonate to me. So that's why I chose my top 10 and all the reasons I did. It's just absolutely amazing of all the gaming experiences I got to just play and have fun with. And especially all the friends I made along the way. Because it's been an absolutely great journey. I still have a lot more gaming I still have to do. But this is just my top 10 games I played of all time throughout my lifetime. And it was just absolutely amazing. And why I just choose my top 10. And so if you guys want to share your top 10, you're welcome to. If you guys haven't played any of these games, I recommend them. Recommend some games to other games to me that I probably haven't played. And hopefully you guys are doing well and just having fun overall with family, friends, work, your life. And with lots of love and respect, I'll see you guys later. Peace out and bye.